Pat Sajak, retiring after 41 years as Wheel of Fortune host. You said you were born in 99, so Pat Sajak's career on Wheel of Fortune is twice your lifetime at this point. Are you a fan of Wheel of Fortune and Pat Sajak, and are you sad to see him go?
I haven't really watched a lot of Wheel of Fortune. I think a lot of people my age kind of consider it as more of the old people show. No offense to anyone who enjoys it. It is a good game show. But I always liked him. I thought he was always just like really enjoyable to have on. Uh, I feel kind of indifferent towards it. I think if you are a big fan of it, I think you are going to feel kind of not great about it. I feel like, I mean, I don't really know too much about this, but was there like a farewell tour, or is this just kind of out of nowhere?
This is a announcement. He's going to be hosting for one more year. So it was sort of like James Corden leaving the Late Show. They gave an announcement and they said he's going to be leaving a year from now, so they can do the whole farewell tour. I do find it interesting, though, that Pat Sajak announces this announcement, and Vanna White did not make a similar announcement, because they've been prepping the audience for Pat Sajak's daughter. Like, Pat Sajak's daughter's been doing a bunch of stuff online and with the show, and so she shows up here and there. She's not a regular part of any kind of broadcast, but she does show up from here and there. She's very attractive, so she could be the new Vanna, but like anything else, if they can, they will go with fewer people. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had Pat Sajak's daughter take over as both letter churner, because they don't even churn letters anymore, and the host. I'm kind of surprised, though, that they make this announcement and it's not Pat and Vanna leaving together. Because the idea of 60-something-year-old Vanna White churning letters with a 35-year-old Ryan Seacrest wannabe hosting something about that, like the optics of it, kind of surprised me that Vanna White is not also making that announcement at the same time. I'm not a huge Wheel of Fortune watcher, but it is a big part of Americana, and it is a big part of history. Like with my life, I don't remember seeing Wheel of Fortune without Pat Sajak. I even remember in the 80s and 90s, they used to have a giant set that was kind of rotating, and it was like really kitschy kind of furniture they would have on this living room set. And they would have, when someone would win a round of Wheel of Fortune, they would have to spend the money on the furniture that was on display. So they, like, if someone won $785 in the first round, they would have this thing where they would have the studio camera kind of wandering around this set of really bad furniture that the sponsors clearly had paid to have on the set and bid on. And they would go, well, okay, I'll spend $300 on that couch and $150 on that end table. And Pat goes, okay, well, you have $23 left. We'll give you that in a gift certificate. And it was like the biggest waste of time. And, when you're a kid, you're like, okay, I don't care about an end table. Now, of course, I know, okay, well, it's product placement. But I think now it's so much better that they just go, oh, well, you won $500. That's $500. Go spend $500 on whatever you want to spend $500 on. That was the first question. Second question is, would you want to be host of Wheel of Fortune? It is America's game, after all.
If I was given the opportunity and they came up to me and they were like, Brad, you want to do this? Yeah, why not? Like, screw it. I mean, sounds like a lot of fun. I'm sure there'll be a lot of hard work and a lot of extras and a lot of producers you got to talk to, but man, I mean, if you know somebody, we can make this happen.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, look, I'm not the hugest fan of the show, but if someone says to me, we really like that you have just under monetization number of subscribers, we want to hire you to host Wheel of Fortune. I'd be like, well, okay, sure, they're paying Pat Sajak millions of dollars and worldwide fame, but I have my channel. No, I pass on Wheel of Fortune. Of course, yeah. Who wouldn't want to be Wheel of Fortune's host and be in everyone's living room now and then and have one of the most creatively stifling but consistent jobs out there? What's the prize today? Yeah, there's 3 R's. You know, I get it. It's not the most artistically satisfying job in the world, and you know, oh well, there's 3 U's, yay! But it is a job that would pay really well, and it's one of the most liked positions on television too. Like people that love Wheel of Fortune. There's a reason why they can get away with calling it America's Game and not have it be ironic. The fact that that show has not really changed, other than the kitschy furniture fitting down, that there's a reason why that show and that set hasn't really changed in 30 years. So the fact that it ain't broke, if someone said, hey, we want you to take over for Pat Sajak and we'll pay you, what, $2, $3, $5 million, whatever it is, okay, of course.
Might as well, right?
Yeah, why the heck not? And then, yes, I would be the guy that had to replace Pat Sajak, but then forever on after that, I could be labeled, like, you know, whenever I go on any show as a guest. And he was the man that replaced Pat Sajak. Please welcome Dragon Movie Guy. So it could be a sort of red badge of courage, if you will. Like for example, season 1 American Idol, Kelly Clarkson won. It's Randy and Simon and Paula. Few people remember that Ryan Seacrest had a co-host named Brian Dunkelman. And I have no idea what Brian Dunkelman is doing nowadays, and the fact that I can even say his full name and say his name is Brian Dunkelman is kind of funny. But whenever Brian Dunkelman walks in a room, he's like, you know, I was one of the original hosts of American Idol. Brian Dunkelman. Mic drop. So, if I was the guy that replaced Pat Sajak, yeah, I would forever be the guy that replaced Pat Sajak, but why the heck not? I was the guy that replaced Pat Sajak. Damn it. I think that would be fun.